Glorious. No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend.
Yo, what's going on, my peoples? You already know it's your boy Menace, InternetSmarks. We switched it up this week. The bro Chuck had handled Raw and SmackDown. I'm handling 205 Live and NXT. Little late birthday shout out to the bro Biggs. Also shout out, our President Donald Trump for recruiting Linda McMahon. I know Biggs likes that one. Salute, bro. I know you happy. Donald Trump, the GOAT, taking over. Make America great again with China in the vagina. In Mexico. And building the walls. We're going to be great again. Happy birthday, Biggs. Alright, all jokes aside. Serious note, 205 Live, NXT. I can't do a regular rant this week because obviously I got to watch the shows but mostly wrestling. Yo, check out that plane. It's loud in the motherfucker. Alright, interrupting my thing, but we keep on going here. Anyway, so yeah, I had the wrestling shows, 205 Live and NXT. We get more matches, less talking, less wasting time. My major complaint is I don't understand the point of having to have commercials on shows that are on the network. We are already subscribed to the network. Why do we have to deal with commercials? I don't get it. And the shows are only an hour long, which ends up leading it to be like a half an hour if you add on commercials and the fact that it cuts off like 15 minutes early. So it's really half an hour to 45 minutes of action. So I appreciate the fact that they don't fill up that time with any talking. But let's start up fresh for the first event. We had 205 Live right after SmackDown. First thing I shall say is I don't know if they should switch it up because it seems like there's really no crowd left when they go deal with the 205 Live thing. It's not as exciting. Like, people are actually leaving before the matches start, which I find stupid. I mean, me as a fan, if I was there and I know there's something going on right after SmackDown, I'm going to stay. But to each his own. They end up having a little bit of a dead crowd, but they had some good matchups and they surprised the hell out of me with the wins. The first match they had was Noam Dar against Cedric Alexander. Cedric is getting more of the push with the whole Alicia Fox being his girlfriend thing now. But Noam Dar surprisingly won the match. It was a good match. Of course, we see the crazy moves Cedric Alexander does, but Noam Dar is pretty dope. And I'm looking forward to see him keep on stepping it up. I like the fact they're not looking to just push single individuals. They're doing more than one at a time, which I think is dope. So Noam Dar ends up beating Cedric Alexander, surprised the hell out of me. They followed that up with Daivari versus Jack Gallagher. Now, Jack is one of my favorites. So I was kind of upset at this match because this one is twisted. There was no way in hell that Daivari could keep up with Jack Gallagher, but somehow won the match. Gallagher is way too unique for people to be running through him like that. But again, I'll take it for the fact that they're not trying to over push certain talent. They're trying to make it even. So I'll take that. But yeah, Gallagher lost the match. Still hoping we get to see him a lot more because Gallagher skill wise is just crazy. Then they had the main event, Brian Kendrick facing off against Rich Swann again for the title. Long story short, it wasn't even that long of a match. Rich Swann retained the title. Kendrick is mostly a cerebral kind of guy. He just tries to get to you mentally and then cheat, do kind of messed up things. But other than that, the after effect was TJ Perkins was at the announcer's table and Brian Kendrick, I guess, pushed Rich Swann into Perkins and then it turned into this fight. And I'm just looking at it's going to be a triple threat match coming out of this. Hoping TJ switches to some kind of heel role because the good guy and that video game music, one of them gotta go. It's really hard to take him serious. Now that's how 205 Live ended off. Then it was followed up by NXT last night. Now most of the show was live action there, but they added in the Samoa Joe and Nakamura fight from Osaka, Japan. So that was the main event. They started it off with a DIY, which was coming to celebrate their title win, which was cut off short by the Authors of Pain, pretty much saying they're undefeated and their next chapter in the tag team division will be written by the Authors of Pain. Out comes the Revival, saying they still owe their rematch, and Authors of Pain pretty much just pushed them to the floor. I mean, everybody looks like ants compared to Authors of Pain. Revival is one of my favorite tag teams, and they look like midgets compared to the Authors of Pain, which is kind of scary. Those guys are huge. So that segment pretty much led to a couple of matches being made. So coming up, we're going to have a tag team match rematch between Revival and DIY, and the winner of that match will go on to face Authors of Pain for the title. So that's going to be a crazy couple matches back to back, because those are three teams I love to see. I actually like DIY and Revival more action-wise. Authors of Pain are just big and strong, but they're still undefeated, so you never know. Matches-wise, had the tag team action. No Way Jose and Rich Swann against Sanity. Now, shout out to Rich Swann for the fact that he's almost on every show right now. Because if you think about it, he was Raw, then he was on 205 Live, then on NXT. This dude is working. Sad part though, Sanity just ran through. It's kind of crazy. Some random mysterious guy named Damo came up and pretty much shoved No Way Jose into the post, and then match was over after that. EY ended up winning the match, but I want to know more about this Damo guy. I don't know who he is, what he's doing, if he's part of Sanity or if he's against. I don't know. It was a weird situation. I still don't have all the full details, so we'll get back to that one when we get more details. Followed up, ladies action, Ember Moon against a new Kimber Lee. Now, usually when we get a new girl, we think jobber. Kimber Lee did not job out. Sorry about the planes. Kimber Lee did not job out. She was actually a good wrestler in the match, but Ember Moon just ended up overpowering at the end. Ember Moon is so dope. But I like Kimber Lee too. I like to see her more. I hope she doesn't get jobbed out in that situation. They finished it off with the main event, Samoa Joe and Nakamura. Now, not surprising to me, Nakamura wins the title in Osaka, Japan. He pretty much did it with two Kinshasas, one from the ropes and then one from the ground. It wasn't as long of a match as I thought it would be for something that got, you know, promoted so heavily into Japan, but you could tell they love their people. So we're gonna hope that Samoa Joe gets upped into the main roster, and you know, Nakamura could finish off his title run, hopefully finishing off with Ty Dillinger is what I'm hoping. Ty deserves to go through all these matches and, you know, get that spot. But yeah, so finished off with that. Nakamura keeps his title. He's two-time champ, and there was a rematch with them, I believe, set up for Melbourne. A lot of the matches are set up for non-TV shows, which kind of sucks because then we know it's going to get added onto the TV and means less matches when we're watching the show. But either way, we still get the action. I'm happy we get to see the matches, even though, since we're don't, you know, we can't be there to see them live. Other than that, that's pretty much it for the week. Waiting for the next pay-per-view coming up, and we shall keep you updated. Make sure you follow InternetSmarks on Twitter at InternetSmarks1 for all the live tweets and updates, and we'll be back with a review soon again. InternetSmarks, salute.